Coming off of a successful first season with Crystal Palace, we're looking to build on that success where we saw ourselves being promoted. First things first, we got some 30-year-olds we want to try to offload, and it's really because, again, I don't see them being part of our long-term success, and if we could get a couple million for them and add to our $15 million transfer budget that we have right now, we might as well do it. As we go through the list here, you see that we already have a couple guys already listed, and then we have Osley, who basically he's unhappy with his contract, and his contract hasn't come up to be renewed, so I guess he's just going to be unhappy and stay listed, and if someone brings us a nice offer, even though he's a young, I guess, promising player, he might have to go. So we get an offer here for Jose Yara, our starting goalkeeper. And to me, I don't feel like selling him for $1 million to a lower level English team right now. I don't think that's a good move for us. And then now, since it's already July, we got some young guys we want to sign. And the first one being Sells. He is a midfielder from Belgium, I believe, yeah. And then we have Van der Bruggen, who is a right winger from Belgium again. And then we have Michael Bunn, who's a goalkeeper from England. So those are our three young guys that we're going to be bringing in now at the beginning of the year. It's really cool that we have a great scout that all this was done right away. So it's kind of cool. And they're still out scouting, so I don't need to go and send them anywhere right now. Because I remember doing like a 9-month residency kind of thing. So we get an offer from Everton for O'Keefe. And they're basically trying to give us 2.3. He's a 75 overall, 30-year-old. And he's worth 2.4, so I'm going to just keep messing with him, see if I can get 2.5 for him. And he'll probably be the first guy we get gone for this season. And yeah, that's all our friendly stuff you see on the screen. We haven't played a real game yet. Continuing to simulate, we get an offer for Apaya. He's a 66 overall, 30-year-old, and being a striker, if someone wants to give us what he's worth, which is $700,000 at Reading, then we're just gonna let him go to a lower level English club. It's not gonna give us, or we're not gonna lose sleep. It's not gonna give us that much money back, but I mean, we're not gonna have to face him. But then we have this guy Osley, who's a 70 overall, 20-year-old that Southampton wants to give us a little bit more than he's worth. And since he's not happy and he wants more money, might as well let him go on. Like, why keep him? Let him go somewhere where he could be happy. He's not a guy that we found, so I don't have any connection to him. Now we're going against Morecambe in the Capital One Cup, and this stuff creeps up on you, bro. Like, you just started the season 5 days ago, it feels like, and then you're already playing in a cup. But we end up getting the win. Mitchell King scores the goal. It's a little bit too close for comfort. These are teams I would think, now that we're an EPL team, we would blow them out. But, I mean, it is what it is. We got $2,000 for the match. I don't know what the hell we would do with that. I don't know if it's like a coach's bonus, or if that goes to a transfer budget, I don't know what the hell $2,000 is supposed to do. That's funny, though. So, we just got rid of Osley 5 seconds ago. Well, it's been a couple months now. But now we're going up against Southampton. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I think they're an EPL team. So, here we are in the Capital One Cup. And they've been okay. They beat Everton, lost to Chelsea. That's understandable. So, let's see what we could do with them. And we ended up beating them 2-0. Sakaja, who was good for us last year, he had 8 goals. I feel like he's back on pace right now, basically doing what he was doing last year. So I'm happy to have him. He's not even a big name. The big name's Zaha, but you got guys like Sakaja and Williams that kind of make this a three-headed monster on the attack. So it's been helping us. Now we got Leeds. And normally we would play a Leeds game, but now that I'm with the big club, I think we could take care of business. They are winners of their last three. They've been playing well, so wouldn't be surprised if it was actually a matchup. And we end up winning 1-0. Zaha comes through. Finally, I feel like he hasn't really been scoring that much. And when we looked at the numbers, he only had 2 goals last season in the whole Champions League, which is kind of weird. Well, it's called a championship. So here we are. We're at that point, midway point. We're signing some more kids. And basically, shoot, we sign whoever we can. Like I said, I want to keep it to where we're replenishing the roster with young guys. The only problem I think I might have with bringing them to an EPL club is they're not going to play. Especially these young dudes are not elite right away. So, like, DeFore might get to play because the lowest he could be is a 64 right now today at 16 years old. And then you have a guy like Thomas DeVille who's same thing. So they might play, but if we have anybody that comes in half-stepping at like 50 or any kind of bullcrap number or low 60, they're not going to play. So we might have to look into finding ways to loan kids out and stuff like that, just like the real big clubs do. I mean, we're a big club, might as well treat it that way. Right now we're battling, though, to stay out of that relegation little cluster that they got. So now we got the FA Cup against Burnley. I think we should win that game. And then right after that, we have, I think, the Capital One against Man U. So Burnley's been playing well, but those are 2 of those 3 teams, I think, are lower league teams that they should be beating up on. So we end up beating Burnley 2-1, and it's the same usual suspects, bro. Mitchell King and Zaha. I should look up Mitchell King, bro, because he's been good for us as well. And Sakaja. I want to see what these boys was really talking about, man. So let's see. Mitchell King. Crystal Palace. And now we're going up against the big dogs. Basically, the reason that we wanted to go to the big leagues is to go against the Man U and kind of give them a run for their money. So Mitchell King is another dude that we got looking crazy out here because he only scored 16 goals in his whole career. We're going up against Welbeck and all the money that Man U has behind their team. But yeah, this guy only scored, 9, 15, 16 goals in his whole career. And then Sakaja, right? Let's see. And then that's the other thing, too. He never actually played for Crystal Palace, that guy, by the way. Sakaja's my age. That's pretty cool. And so he did play for Crystal Palace from 2011 to 2014. He scored 1 goal in 2 appearances. In his whole career, because it looked like he's been all over. They put him in all kind of leagues. God dang, he's been all over. He's scored 3, 5, 17, 24, 26, 27, 32. He scored 34 goals in like 13 years of playing. So him being with us, he's from Uganda. Him being with us and we locking in and making these guys household names, bro, because he is the 3rd of the 4 guys that we have that have been stars for us that were out playing for us. They really didn't do crap in their actual real life. And I'm not saying that to be mean or funny or anything. Just calling it what it is. I don't know none of these dudes that they have, but I bet you they're the best of the best. In terms of, like, they probably went and got the best dude from Scotland and they got the money. it's just funny because I really don't know who those guys are. So right here we got Vanderbruggen starting. And that's basically it. He's our first youth player that we've signed here from Belgium. And he will be the star of, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to pull the map up too. You know how I am. Got to make sure everything is correct before I even say it. Williams gets a goal early in the game. We need that because we're going up against the big boys. So Vanderbruggen is going to be our FIFA 22 star. I'm going to call him Joakim because Vanderbruggen is a ridiculously long name. So we end up tying Man U, which is basically crazy that even just happened, especially because we just came to the league and we're basically trying to fight off relegation. That's where we are as a club. We're not that great. The next thing is, why is he walking like that? I don't know how it works with these European tournaments where I might have said this last episode or episode before where I think if you tie, you don't go and fight it out and duke it out like normal. I think there's a situation where I think you replay these matches. So I don't like playing too many games. I'm at that point with this that I kind of want to get it through. But I'm not going to complain, especially what the hell did he do right there? He controlled it and did what? Why didn't he score it? Or am I tripping? Yeah, unless he was playing defense, then that would make sense. I was about to say that ball was right by the. Excuse me, man. I'm tired. Like I didn't just wake up. But yeah, so that's how they scored on us. And then yeah, right here, why didn't he rebound it and put it in? It's kind of weird that he just did that. He kind of controlled it with his chest. It was like, cool, whatever. We don't need to score right now. And why are we watching the same highlight 19 times, bro? Williams is the man of the match. Obviously, he scored that goal that kept us afloat. I do anticipate things to get a little bit harder now. Obviously, going against the Man U, going against Man City, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea. So any game that we could win or tie or show any signs of life, I think is good for the club right now, especially to play up like that. So see what we got next. We probably have to replay that match if I'm not mistaken. We're already in January, by the way, so we've made a few months go by quickly. And then we get an offer here by the national team. And like I said, I'm most likely going to re-sign with the team. The World Cup is coming up. I'm not dumb. I just want to see if there's any hope and chance that I could get a opportunity from the English national team. That's all it is. I'm not dumb though. Because anytime I'm not coaching them, which is like right now, and the months are going, they're letting someone else coach them. And they be messing up my whole freaking rotation. So here we are. We got to replay that matchup. I'm pretty sure it's not an aggregate score. Man, you got them kits, bro. Because what the hell they got black and blue for? What that got anything to do with their red and gold? But one thing we've shown, if anything, is we could play with them. And we shouldn't be able to, bro. We really don't have the budget to keep up. Like I said, I'm around 15, 16 million, and these guys are 15, 16 million a player. So we gotta handle business right here, man. Am I confident that we will? Not so much. I feel like that first game was kind of like what I could expect being in the EPL, where we're like competitive enough. So let's see what we do here, man. I don't see us knocking off a lot of people, especially in this first year. Like if we could just avoid relegation while we figure some things out, I'll be happy. I don't expect us to really compete. Not like the last couple of years with every team I've been on. Like obviously with the MLS, I thought we would always be first or second, and we were first. Shoot, 7 years, right? 6 out of the 7 years, and then with Wycombe, I knew there was a ceiling to that team. That's why I came to Crystal Palace. Like we moved up every year. We were good enough to get a promotion the first 2 years, and then in that third year, I was like, all right, we can't compete. Went to Crystal Palace. Now I got the machine behind me, and I'm building this team in my own image because, like I said, when I got them, they were like 13th in the Champions League, and now basically we're in a couple months already in the EPL, and now we just gotta avoid relegation. That's all it is. So, with that being said, we got some work to do against the bigger club. I don't know if you could call it a Goliath. I mean, yeah, technically. We got some work to do. Like I said before, they got players that make more than our whole transfer budget allows for. And I think it crept up on us. Yeah, they beat us 2-1. I goofed. I wasn't able to record the goal that we scored. I've done that a few times. I apologize. I don't know. I don't know what the heck I be doing, man. I might be in the other room playing the game from the other room or something. I don't know how I think sometimes it's because it might be a penalty, and I don't know if we're. I don't know, because sometimes I'd be having penalties ready to record. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I guess we'll see here in the recap what it was. It is weird, though, when I get to a game and the whole purpose of the game is to show the highlights of what happened, and then I miss. Luckily for FIFA, they just beat us at home, which kind of sucks. But luckily for FIFA right here, you'll see the goal. Oh, that was the goal right there. That was slick. Literally, it was like a ricochet cross kind of situation. That was the goal we scored. And then them scoring on us, that was a nice ricochet cross kind of situation for them. And then let's see how they scored their second goal. See what kind of skill they used on us. Oh, wow. That was really simple. And Passfield is the man of the match. I feel like I say his name wrong every time. Passfield, Paulsfield, Palefield. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell his name is. I don't know if that's a European. Well, clearly it's European, but I don't know if it's English or what it is. And we actually ended up making it to the semis. I didn't even realize that, bro. That's crazy. We made it to the semis. That is sick. I didn't realize that. And it might have been an aggregate situation now that I'm looking at it. It definitely looked like an aggregate. Because why else? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe the replay added things up. And we didn't even have Zaha in that matchup. So it is what it is. But it don't get no easier because in a couple days we got Chelsea. Man. And it looked like we finally going to get Zaha back in the rotation. But now we got Chelsea. And so it's not going to get no easier for us. Like at all. And that's what we wanted, right? That's what we wanted to get to the big leagues for. The crazy part, though, this is like everyday life in the Premier League, if you think about it. Ain't no slouches. Like, even when you think, for example, you think Wolverhampton is not that great, they're up there for a reason. You do know you have to get promoted or relegated. So, a lot of times, the teams that had just got promoted like us, they're going to struggle right away. They're not always just going to jump in like Leicester did that one time and win. Like, it's usually going to be the big dogs, Man City, Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool. You're not going to just jump in and win. But that's kind of what we're going through right now is what's expected for us to kind of find our way. This is at Chelsea. Look at the stadium. Look at the difference, bro. And I'm not trying to say that where we play, what was the name of that stadium that we have? Crystal Palace. Let's see. What's the name of our stadium? Because I actually enjoy our stadium. I mean, It's literally just a little upgrade over Wycombs, because Wycombs was like a couple stands, and it's like, all right, cool, enjoy it. Selhurst Park, but Selhurst Park ain't this where we at. Let's keep it a buck. Like, the budget is different, and it is something to pay attention to. But I believe in building a program, especially if we're gonna be in the big leagues anyway, if that makes sense. So for me, I don't see us moving on from Crystal Palace no matter who comes calling, just because we're already in your league. It'd be different if we were in the Champions League and an EPL team came and I'm like, gotta go. Our boy Chabi, by the way, and then Johnson. So we got two dudes on Chelsea. Remember, we was having a nice little relationship with sending players to Chelsea when we were with the Red Bull. And now we got Vanderbergen and DeVille playing for us right off the bat. Two young guys, both from Belgium, I believe. So that's kind of cool. And then now we moved other guys around. Zaha's not playing. He should get in, though. I'm bullcrapping. I don't know. I feel like everything happened too quick, so he might actually miss this game, which wouldn't help our cause, but Vanderbergen gets his first goal. And like I said, I'm going to call him Joaquim. You know how I do, man. And then Joaquim goes crazy. His second goal, I don't like his number. 37 is ugly as shit. But he gets 2 goals in basically his first, big game. And it's crazy that he's doing it against Chelsea, bro. He ain't doing this against some little raggedy team. And just for good measure, I'm going to show my boy Chabi, because y'all remember him. He gets the penalty goal. He's wearing number 17 now. I think he was like 28 when he was with us with the Red Bull. But, of course, I'm going to show my guy if he ever scores, because he is our guy. He was with us for, I think, a couple years. It wasn't just a quick little thing like Javi. So, yeah, he definitely our guy. We get the 2-2 result. And this is exactly what just happened with I was going to call him Real. I'm bullcrapping, bro. With Man U, where we're basically punching above our weight and holding our ground, which is definitely not expected at this point in our progression. So I'm happy. Like I said before, there's nothing to be upset about, wins or losses. We didn't take care of business and we need to fire the coach. Like, bro, we shouldn't even be where we are right now, especially getting a draw with some of the top teams in England. So let's see how they scored on us. This is how they scored, bro. Yo, I don't like Lukaku, bro. He's one of the greatest players I feel like that I ever watched growing up, and he's freaking annoying, bro. Like, playing against him, I'm saying, the way he just scored on us like a joke. I don't like that, bro. Hate it. And then you see Joaquim, like, he really out here putting in work, spinning on people, trying to score, that kind of stuff. And then you got Lukaku just, hey, I'll just give you an easy little goal. And then obviously you got the penalty by Chabi. So that's how we got the 2-2. What are we watching, bro? Why are we watching this? We literally just scored off or showed all 4 scores. I don't know. I don't know, man. Man of the match is Joaquim. I wonder if I was to Google it, do they say Joaquim in Belgium, or Joachim or Chim or Joachim? Yochim? I wonder. Yochim kind of sounds right. I think Joaquim is more so like the American. So his name is probably Yochim. I don't know. I have no idea. I ain't a freaking Belgian person, European, so it might be Yochim. But Yochim look, he sound like, I don't know, Asian? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. So now we're going to have to replay it. There it goes on the bottom. It literally says replay. So we're going to have to run it back. It's cool though, because all those goals count. Everything counts. It's not like what we did is like out the window or anything. I don't know why they didn't make us do overtime. That's the dumb thing about it. Should have just had us do overtime and it would have been over right there, but whatever. I ain't the boss. Dang, who is that? Man, that guy Williams looks small as crap, man. Well, shoot. So this matchup is gonna be another switch up. We got Zaha in there playing like on friggin' defense, playing in the backfield basically. But I don't know. We definitely don't got Yochim, and we don't have DeVille out there. The VA. See, that's the I don't be understanding about Europe, but I don't know how his name is because it could be DeVille or it could be the VA, but it probably won't be the VA because they're from Belgium. The VA sounds more Hispanic, Spanish to me than anything. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, by playing this game for long enough, I just be rambling. I feel like sometimes just coming up with different things. What is our goalie wearing, bro? That's our goalie? That's not Yara. Who the hell is that? Yara don't look like that, first of all. Yara was like some big 6 foot something dude. I wonder if we've got a different goalie in there this game. And I wonder who it is. It don't look like Bun from England, that young guy we just signed. And why the hell would we ever put him in the goal? Trying to lose or what we trying to do? We already gave up 2 goals last outing with our experienced team. I want to see what just happened because that don't look like Yara to me. And I don't remember selling him. Remember I said that too, like I worry. So it's Harrison, whoever that is. Might be a young guy. The VA is playing. It's just Yochim that's not playing. He probably would have took that Pedroza spot or one of those. And then we got Zaha playing all the way back like some weird stuff. They're Daniel Sturridge. I know who that is. I don't know, man. Chelsea's lineup is dumb. And then Chabi's not even playing right now in this matchup. Their lineup is stupid because they have so many like people back in just the one Lukaku at striker. So I don't know. It works for them though, right? They're probably one of the best clubs. Mitchell King scores for us in the 79th. And that's kind of random. I'm not really expecting that. But he's been a scorer for us since day one. So that's the cool thing is we still got the core 4 guys. And then now we got the 2 young boys, Yochim and the VA. And now the VA scores his first in the 88th minute on some last second heroic type of stuff. So I'm happy for him for that. And this is what happens though with my scout. Oh, that was a bullshit ass goal, but he made it. That's what happens with my scouting department, man. Damn. Who the heck? Look at that monster next to Williams. But that's what I've been able to do is every time I go somewhere and I look for one guy, I end up with 2. And then I always end up, in my opinion, with the guy that I need for FIFA. And then I get a guy that's actually good with him. So I'm happy with that situation, especially because I got a master recruiter, 4-star everything. So obviously when he goes somewhere, his name kind of hold weight. He does his job. That helps. So shoot, we end up 2 matches with Chelsea. We end up losing narrowly 5-4. But either which way, I'm proud of the club. Look at our little humble field. That's what I'm saying. Our little humble field looks a little bit better than Wycombe, bro. Like, just barely. Damn, that was a goal. Whoever the hell that was nasty. Did you see that? Boy, that was a nasty goal. Couldn't make that up. It's a rebound right here? Nah, it's not. Oh, that should have been one. Boy should have put his foot on it instead of sliding around like he in the snow or something. Oh, that's a nice one right there. Damn, they actually beat... Okay, that's a nice freaking... Yeah, that's nice. It's a really nice play. It's crazy, bro, because the way they beat us, they hit us with some shit. It wasn't just we got lucky or they got lucky or... You know what I mean? Like, they hit us with some shit. The ones that I'm watching that they scored. Like, that right there probably was the easiest of the 3 that they scored. Look at that type of skill, though. That is sick, bro. That is a sick goal, bro. And then Rashid, I don't know. I'm butchering these people's name because why would his name be Ratchet? He ends up with the man of the match. I don't even know who that is, bro. That's somebody we inherited, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the thing is they did have some young guys on this roster. I just feel like we didn't even need the money. If you want to be upset about certain things and you want to increase your wage and you want to be transfer listed, then go ahead, bro. We don't got time for that. We trying to rebuild this club right now. We don't got time for egos. We don't got time for nonsense. So for me, it's easy to get up off a player and let them go and try to explore opportunities elsewhere, like Southampton, for example. Not too sure. Chelsea obviously wins. They're one of the top teams right now. And we're going to have to send our scout out. That's where we are right now. The 9 months that he was supposed to be where he was is up. And we're going to end up sending him to... We're going to keep him here in England, actually. So... 30... We're going to go hire a new scout, actually. So we get Esteban Navarro, 5-star, 4-star. I don't be paying attention. I apologize. What he's a 5-star for and what he's a 4-star for. And now we're getting close to the World Cup. We're here in January, so I'm just going to sign. There's no point to prolong it. This is my squad that I've built. Might as well get our crap together and start building that continuity because we only got about 4 months. Well, shoot, we only got 3 months. So that's my fault. I just bullcrapped the last couple of months. And so now let's go place our scout. What is he, though? Let me get that correct. He is 5-star experience, 4-star judgment. So he's literally a little more experienced. That's all it is than our other scout. And where are we going to send this guy? So him being Mexican, I think it makes sense to send him to a place like Argentina, Spanish-speaking country. I haven't been working like that to this point, but it would make sense to do stuff like that. So yeah, he's a little bit better than Osborne. And so that's where we at right now. Setting up our future a little bit. And there it goes, the end of another one of my videos. Thank you for watching. See you soon.